How does the FLSA impact employer wage deductions? Imagine earning your paycheck and seeing unexpected deductions that leave you wondering if they're legal. That's where understanding the Fair Labor Standards Act comes into play. This law sets clear rules for how employers handle wage deductions in the United States. It's designed to protect workers from losing pay below the minimum wage or having their overtime earnings unfairly cut. The FLSA requires employers to pay at least the federal minimum wage for all hours worked. For employees working more than 40 hours in a week, they must get 1.5 times their regular rate for overtime. When it comes to deductions, the law makes a distinction. Employers can deduct for taxes, Social Security, and Medicare without issue. Court-ordered deductions like child support or tax levies are also permitted. If an employee agrees in writing, deductions for health insurance, retirement contributions, or union dues are allowed. Deductions for meals or lodging provided by the employer are okay if they don't push wages below the minimum wage. However, the law also spells out what deductions are not allowed. If a deduction causes pay to fall below the minimum wage or cuts into overtime pay, it's illegal. For example, charging employees for uniforms or tools that bring their pay below the minimum wage is forbidden. For exempt employees, those not eligible for overtime, deductions are even more limited. They must receive their full salary for any week they perform work. Deductions are only allowed if the employee is absent for a full day for personal reasons, or during the first or last week of employment if they don't work the entire week. Deductions for partial day absences or damage to company property are not permitted for exempt employees. Even if employees agree to deductions, the law does not allow them if they threaten the employee's exempt status. Sometimes, employers need to recover overpayments or wage advances. They can deduct the principal amount owed, but not interest or fees. If an employer makes an improper deduction, employees can file complaints with the Department of Labor or take legal action. Employers should keep detailed records of all deductions and ensure employees understand what's being taken out and why. If an employee believes their wages were illegally deducted, they can dispute it. They should review their pay stubs carefully and ask their employer for clarification. If needed, they can seek help from a labor attorney or file a complaint with the Department of Labor. Employers must classify employees correctly and follow the FLSA rules strictly. Mistakes can lead to claims for unpaid wages, penalties, or losing exempt status. Regularly reviewing policies and consulting legal experts helps keep everything on the right track. In short, the FLSA tightly controls when and how wages can be deducted. Deductions required by law or agreed to in writing are generally okay, as long as they don't violate minimum wage or overtime rules. Illegal deductions can cause disputes and legal trouble. Both employers and workers benefit from understanding these rules to ensure fair pay practices and compliance with federal law.